Yeah, Mendy and Chilwell are in the squad for tomorrow, so they're fit. So we'll see whether they start or not. And then the other ones, Ziyech and Pulisic, are not far away. They're still in their recovery stage, so it's too early for them both. Yeah, all very positive. The early signs and interactions, just as a man and also on the training pitch. So he settled in very well in those few days, and we've made him very welcome as always. So yeah, no, it's competition. He's a good goalkeeper. We know that. We know a lot about him, and we'll see how we go. But yeah, very clear individual mistakes. You can't hide from them. The players, the individuals can't, and that's where you just need to have humility and hold your hands up. And I think players should. Thiago Silva definitely did, because that's the kind of character he is. And the reason he's been one of the best in the world for the last 10 or 15 years is because he doesn't do it much. So we have to take the game on the chin in terms of the fact that the three individual errors gave us a real mountain to climb. The positive was that we climbed it to a degree and got a point, although we would always want more when we have such a domination of a game against a team that defend, but the circumstances made it difficult and the reaction was actually good. No, and I keep saying it, and I'm not pleading or making excuses. It's just a fact that when you work, part of the reason I think we had a successful year last year was the work that we put in on the training ground from the early days of being in Dublin and then being in Japan and having weeks with the players. And we were very well drilled, and I think off the ball particularly, our work was great, and we made it very difficult for teams to play against us a lot. When you have new players in, you really want to work like that. We haven't had the chance. So not just at the back, the whole way we're playing, it needs work. Football doesn't work that you throw things together and everything is amazing, because otherwise we wouldn't have managers that have shown that work brings success. So we're in that process, and we just have to fight through that. Sometimes, and I mentioned last week, Barnsley being almost like an exercise for us. Now every game is an opportunity for us to improve. Well, I hope that the international managers, and I try and have as good a relations as I can with the ones I speak to related to our players, will use the games as well as they possibly can with their squads that they have, because 3 games is a lot when you think that we're back to back at the moment, and when we come back from that we'll be back to back again. I respect international football and I understand it has to be there. I just hope that the players go away and play and come back safely.
Last one.
I wouldn't assume anything, and I wouldn't assume with Antonio or any players in the squad. We're not there until next Monday when the window shuts, so other than that I would have no assumptions.
James, Talk Sport.
Hi Frank, can you hear me?
Hi James, I got you.
Frank, what's the latest on Kepa? Do you think he might have potentially played his last game for Chelsea? Where do you see his future, especially over the next few days?
No, I certainly won't go to the point of played his last game for Chelsea. I think it's been a difficult time for Kepa. I think that's well documented. I know it and he knows it, but we should certainly not jump to that conclusion. And also I think, which I felt quite strongly about in the last week, is also understand that Kepa is a young man, and a lot of the spotlight on him, I think, has become slightly unfair. I have to protect him because I know he's a good lad and playing with absolute professionalism and intent to do the best he can, as all the squad have to. And that's as much as I want to say about it now.
Did you see Saturday as a bit of a reality check? Because you've got a lot of new players coming to the side. It's going to take a little while for them to gel. It's not possible for every single player to be an overnight success, and for everyone to gel and you to get results and performances straight away.
Yeah, it wasn't a reality check for me, because I know that it may be for someone on the outside. That's not the worst thing. Listen, we should have won the game and would have won the game without individual errors, which are not all necessarily related to new players or new feeling. But in terms of our performance so far, it's clear we have some new players in. We also have a few new players in that haven't even taken part yet because of injuries. So we haven't had time to train as a group. I'm very confident that the more we can work, the more the players can play together and feel each other and work on the things that we worked on a lot last year, but we have to now double down on, then we will improve. But it wasn't a reality check. I understood that. And any Premier League game is going to give you big challenges. And West Brom gave us a challenge in the way the game went.
Last one, James.
Spurs got a bye into this round because Leyton Orient couldn't fulfil that fixture last week. Did you think that was fair? Do you think this game should have maybe been postponed so a club like Leyton Orient could have got a big day out with a big TV audience and the money that would come with that as well, which I imagine would have come in handy at this time of year.
Yeah, I've absolute sympathy for Leyton Orient. You know, it's an area that I know very well. I'm really still sympathetic to them, but unfortunately, in the time that we're at, even I looked at it from our point of view, and I thought that the game might be changed, and there's no way to put that game for us if we were going to postpone that game, because as soon as we come back from international duty, we go League, Champions League, Champions League. So it's very unfortunate for Leyton Orient, and I don't know the details, but I think it seemed like the best solution, and maybe they've missed out, and let's hope that they can be compensated in some way to make up for that. We didn't, but I know they have a busy week this week. But when I analyse Tottenham and know the squad they have, and analyse what might be a team that maybe didn't play 90 minutes pretty much yesterday, they have a fantastic squad. So I feel that any squad, Jose, will be in Champions League like we are. Then the Carabao Cup does have its place, but we certainly respect it, and every tournament we go in, we'll try and win. Yeah, at the moment, Victor isn't in that position with us. We have a bubble, the training ground and the first team squad, which Victor hasn't been part of, but I know Victor, having played alongside him and know him well, and we'll see how that develops over the next week. With Callum, yeah, I certainly hope he has a big part to play this season. When you talk about Ziyech and Pulisic, we are not inundated with wingers. We lost Pedro and Willian in the summer, and we'll need competition, we'll need players just because of the stress of playing in the competitions we have to play in. And if Callum comes on and makes impacts like he did at West Brom, if he keeps improving and developing every day, he's a huge talent. So let's see.